Back to the southpaw.
Vicious knees, slicing elbows, thunderous kicks, and 14 opponents left broken in her wake. Dakota Ditcheva is, without question, the most dangerous prospect in women's MMA today. Don't let her soft, feminine appearance fool you. This is a ruthless finisher. With 13 stoppages and 14 victories, an unblemished record, and a staggering 93% finish rate, the 26-year-old British-Bulgarian phenom doesn't believe in mercy. She doesn't outlast opponents, she ends them. And you don't have to take our word for it. In this video, we break down 10 moments where Dakota Ditcheva played with her opponent's survival, sending them on one-way trips straight to oblivion. Dangerous, relentless, inevitable. Dakota Ditcheva versus Jenny Line, a statement debut. Making a splash on your first night under the bright lights is something only a select few can manage. Dakota Ditcheva was one of them. When she made her MMA debut on April 10, 2021, the heavy-handed British-Bulgarian was already a seasoned weapon, forged in the unforgiving world of Muay Thai. From the opening bell, it was clear she wasn't new to violence. Unfortunately for Jenny Line, she was the one chosen to introduce the MMA world to Dakota's power. Ditcheva calmly dissected her opponent with kicks and sharp punches, methodically testing the defense before turning up the heat. As Line's gas tank emptied, Dakota moved in for the elbows slicing, knees dragging the fight wherever she pleased. Line managed to stagger back to her feet, but a spinning elbow followed by a brutal knee sealed her fate. The referee had no choice but to step in. A flawless debut. A masterclass in controlled destruction. Dakota Ditcheva versus Kari Isa, shark in a fish tank. Dakota's second MMA appearance felt like throwing a shark into a fish tank. Kari Isa attempted to close the distance, only to run headfirst into vicious close-range kicks. A front kick to the face and a sharp hook softened her up before Dakota pulled her into the clinch, where knees and elbows rained down with bad intentions. Isa proved tougher than expected, surviving a spinning elbow and knee combination. So Dakota switched gears. Channeling her inner Dagestani, she secured a takedown and unleashed merciless ground and pound from the top. Elbows and punches piled up until the referee had seen enough. Another dominant stoppage. 2-0. No mercy. Dakota Ditcheva versus Patricia Borges, ending 2021 with emphatic violence. Determined to close out 2021 in emphatic fashion, Dakota accepted a bout against Patricia Borges. Knowing she couldn't trade on the feet, Borges clung to Dakota like a long-lost relative at a family reunion, but control was never truly hers. While Borges' guard was dangerous, Dakota proved to be the mongoose in the snake pit. Once she escaped, the British-Bulgarian transformed into a blacksmith, hammering down punches and elbows, smashing through resistance until the referee had seen enough. Another finish, another opponent broken, and once again, Dakota Ditcheva walked away untouched.
Dakota Ditcheva versus Hasna Jabbar, PFL arrival. After cracking skulls and breaking ribs on the regional circuit, Dakota's rise caught the attention of the big leagues. When the PFL called, there was no hesitation. Her welcoming committee was Hasna Jabbar, a 3-to-1 prospect who came ready to fight, unaware she'd just signed her own. Jabbar rushed forward, and Dakota happily accepted the exchange. A thunderous counter right instantly shattered her opponent's confidence, followed by a stabbing front kick that briefly sat Jabbar down. In the clinch, Ditcheva pounced, driving a knee straight into the body. The liver had seen enough. That was it. Just 58 seconds into her PFL debut, the referee waved it off. The crowd erupted. Dakota Ditcheva had arrived, and she was only getting started. Dakota Ditcheva versus Catherine Corbin, Predator Mode. Before earning her first submission victory, Dakota was matched up with Catherine Corbin, an undefeated American boasting a 100% finishing rate. Corbin tried to close the distance, but walked straight into an atomic right hand. She attempted to fire back, only to become a sitting duck for brutal counters. Dakota dragged her into deep waters and began hammering away. Eventually, Ditcheva grew tired of playing the role of a eucalyptus tree for a koala. She broke the clinch with a vicious knee, followed by a sharp 1-2 combination. Smelling, she went for the... A final right hand sent Corbin crashing down. Another knockout. Another warning issued. Dakota Ditcheva is dangerous.
Dakota Ditcheva versus Chelsea Hackett. Next in line was Chelsea Hackett,
a dangerous striker with 23 kickboxing bouts on her resume. From the opening bell, the gap between Dakota and the rest of the division became painfully obvious. Heavy shots sent Hackett crashing to the canvas. In the clinch, she absorbed brutal knees to the body. When she tried to disengage, Dakota set the rhythm, clean combinations upstairs and downstairs, until the referee was forced to intervene. A final solar plexus body shot ended the contest, sparing Hackett from a stretcher ride. A soul-stealing finish. Another dominant statement. Dakota Ditcheva versus Jenna Bishop, PFL semifinal, August 2, 2024. This flawless run set the stage for something bigger. On August 2, 2024, Dakota entered the PFL Women's Flyweight Tournament semifinal, facing submission specialist Jenna Bishop, who carried a 7-1 record. Dakota marched forward with purpose, systematically trapping Bishop and attacking her torso with bad intentions. The American looked to turn it into a grappling battle, but Ditcheva forced her back into open space. From there, it was a freight train with no brakes. Bishop absorbed relentless punishment until the referee stepped in, saving her from serious harm. One knee landed flush, right on the button, dropping Bishop to her knees and silencing any remaining doubt. Dakota was heading to the final. Dakota Ditcheva versus Valentina Scatizzi, PFL Europe final. Fighting for gold, Dakota met Italian standout Valentina Scatizzi. The bout began aggressively, but Ditcheva quickly asserted control. Front kicks, brutal knees, and a thunderous right hand. In the clinch, she tore her opponent apart with relentless knees, evoking memories of Anderson Silva's destruction of Rich Franklin. By the end of the round, Scatizzi's face was unrecognizable. The doctor had no choice but to stop the fight. With that performance, Dakota Ditcheva captured the 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Championship. Dakota Ditcheva versus Taylor Santos, PFL World Championship. Fast forward 1 year, Dakota stood in the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Final, facing Taylor Santos, a former title challenger who had pushed Valentina Shevchenko to the limit. Many believed Santos would be too much. Dakota disagreed. She tested Santos with kicks before firing with sniper-like precision. The Brazilian quickly abandoned prolonged exchanges and leaned heavily on the clinch, but every attempt was met with sharp counters and explosive knees. Then came the moment. Dakota landed her signature clinch knee, the beginning of the end. Once the nuclear warheads started flying, there was no escape, no sequel, no debate. The PFL had a new women's flyweight champion. Her name was Dakota Ditcheva.